Representative Omar joins me now here in Minneapolis. Great to see you. Good morning.
Yeah, great to be here with you, Ali.
Thank you very much. Let's talk about this whole idea of asylum and refugees. This is something that we're missing here. The United States, since the 60s and again in the 80s, is party to international agreements about how you deal with refugees. That's separate and apart from immigration, and it's separate and apart from border security. That's something that people have difficulty with. You don't, because you experience that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I try to explain, to my colleagues that this happens at every border when a neighboring country has a crisis. People tend to seek refuge in the country that is not having the crisis. And so our neighbors are having a crisis, and there are children who are coming to our border seeking a better life. I was one of those kids when my country fell into civil war in Somalia. I fled to neighboring country Kenya, and I was met with humanity and dignity because people had understanding and respect for international law. Most of the kids that are coming are young children who not only endured horrendous situations as they traveled from their home to our border, but also are escaping horrendous situations. So the last thing we should be doing is playing politics and games and not expediting the process in reconnecting them with their family and relatives here in the United States.
And I think a message that people get confused is one of safety and security. These children, unaccompanied minors, whatever you may think about why unaccompanied minors are appearing or what their parents were doing, the fact of the matter is they do not pose either an economic job crisis for us or a security crisis for us.
Precisely.
So now what do you think about, having seen this, what needs to actually be solved? It seems to be that there are two problems: how we manage asylum seekers who come across the border and how we manage immigration policy. And immigration policy needs to be more sophisticated than just border policy.
Right. So what we learned is that, these searches happen, right? And we are not a country that has prepared and formulated a plan to deal with these searches that periodically take place. And so what the emergency management managers at the center that we visited told us was that what is needed is for there to be a deployment of all agencies at the border so that these kids can get processed. Those that have family members and relatives can move through the process. Others who are in need of a sponsor or a foster family can also move through the process. And we don't have to have these unacceptable conditions that kids are living in while they're being held at the border and then moving them to another center like the one that we visited and then starting that process. Sometimes it could take up to 6 months in moving through that. The other thing that we have to deal with is that there isn't a crisis at the border. There's a crisis that's happening with our neighboring countries. And there is a collective effort that we can engage in to mitigate the causes of migration. We all understand it. We all know why they happen. And we have the resources diplomatically to deal with them.
Back to here in Minneapolis, I've spoken to a number of your constituents. They are anxious and fearful and paying great attention to this trial that's getting underway tomorrow. What are your thoughts?
I mean, our community has been through a lot, witnessing the murder of George Floyd, dealing with the trauma that comes from that, and then having to endure the uprising. It's also a community that knows what it means to not get justice. So a lot of us are anxiously awaiting for this trial to begin and for justice to be rendered. We know that the police unions have lots of money, and they're going to deploy every effort to defend the police officer that's indicted for the murder of George Floyd. But there's a lot of trust in Attorney General Keith Ellison and his team, and people are just anxiously awaiting for this trial to proceed.
Congresswoman, thank you for being with us this morning. Good to see you in person.
Yeah.
And it's good to be in your city. Congresswoman Ilhan Omar of Minnesota.
Hey, thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You should know that you can follow today's top stories and breaking news and catch up on your favorite MSNBC shows all in one place. Download the NBC News app today.